Hey everybody, it's Bust, and we're gonna do it a little bit different today. We're gonna jump back into doing the old left pack drafts. If you remember these, we're getting pretty close to the new sets release. People get kind of tired of the old ones. I'm getting kind of burnt out on playing against Action Noxus and Vigio Shyvana, but not a whole lot we can do about that. And so, as we do with these left pack drafts, we just go through and we take the pack on the left, and then at the end of the day, we'll still make all of the trade picks and see if we can't write our deck back into something reasonable. And so, if you're ever looking to have some success with a draft, Zed is a good way to do it. So it's a strong enough champion over here on the left. And welcome to the squad, my man. Oh man, and this is all just going to come together, isn't it? If we're looking to take Zed, typically, the way I look to draft Zed is just you go into elusives and you're a Green Glade duo build around. I don't like building around Kinku Wayfinder. I don't like building around the hand buff. Just all about finding those Green Glade duos. And thankfully, Green Glade Duo does live both in Discipline Z and in this Total Recall Karma. So hopefully we'll have some of them show up in our left pack over here. We'll see if we can't get that going. And so my only worry with this is we start to see like Noxus pack show up here on the right. We'd really like to be 100% Ionia. Dang, and this is a disaster. Look at this. You got the Green Glade duo and the sparring student over here to the right, and we got to take these turds out of this Total Recall pack. Fine game, fine. We are so on point with having perfect picks there, and it just doesn't happen. But okay, we're moving forward, moving on, getting this hand buff theme going with the Green Glade Elder. Welcome to the squad. Oh boy, I was, I was, I was hoping I could get some Snapjaw swarms into this deck. This is exactly what we needed here. Oh man, what a disaster. Okay, all right, it continues though. It continues. Let's see what we can do. Adding in the sparring student, perfection. I never wanted three shadow shifts, but we certainly got them today. All right. All right. Shell Shocker is pretty on task with what our deck is trying to do, though. Sparring student number two. Okay. Okay. If we can just continue hitting the sparring students, everything will be good. Keeping up the aggression. Man, it hurts. It hurts seeing these sparring students over here in this middle pack, but it is what it is. This is what we signed up for, right? So, got a recall and a homecoming. At least looking at this, I did want to stop and take a peek if how our unit to spell ratio looked, and it's pretty good. Like I usually like to have like 9 or 10 spells in a deck at the end of the day, and we're hanging out at 9. And look at this, we're picking up more elusives, getting our bubble bear elusive on. Okay, these are cards. And our last one, we got our big game ender here in Usari. Okay, had to come and check down our late game. Okay. So what can we do here? How can we make this not horrible? Um, we have picked up a touch of the elusives. We have the two conspirators, the Shadow Assassin, the Kinku Lifeblade, and the Usari. So we've picked up like some of the elusive theme. We're gonna need to stay aggressive and keep that going. So I'm looking at like trading out this Bubble Bear for the Usari, and then just hoping it lets us trade out Snapjaw Swarm in the future. I think the Usari is a pretty reasonable path to victory here. Okay, all right. This is like the worst left pack draft I've had. I think I know we've gotten some 7 wins with the left pack drafting. Some like really powerful decks have turned up. But man, those that disaster struck immediately after we saw that Noxus pack. I was like, I know they're gonna push they're gonna push some other faction over here to the left. But all right, let's see what we can do. Looks like we're up against the ephemerals here. All right, Shell Shocker's not a bad start. Kind of tempted to keep Flurry of Fists. This is a permanent, the 1-0 and the quick attack. Okay, it's on curve and stuff. Got these combos, the Shell Shocker into Conspirator. Get all the mana. That shuts down our aggression. Can't do a whole lot about a hapless aristocrat. All right, we're doing the recall thing though, so this is happening. Okay, He's definitely going to be able to out-aggression us if he starts playing the likes of Onslaught of Shadows and such. But might be able to make a big surprise one here, right? If we're okay. Oh, I was like, okay, well maybe we can get a good make it rain on this haunted relic, and then they're just gonna come in huge. I think I do want to go ahead and make it rain though. It's gonna take down the one aristocrat token, let us deal with this soul shepherd a little easier after we drop this shell shocker. Of course, we can burst a Claws of the Dragon onto the board with this warning shot. I don't think that's really a play for this turn though. All right, I'll take the bait. All right, so I mean that makes our open good. Can definitely get in here. How greedy do we want to get with this though? Now that we picked up the second conspirator, I think I like this. We can still like replay the shell shocker and then do like flurry of fist warning shot if we want. I think this is okay. Good, that's good. This would be real sweet if they just don't have a unit for this turn. We tried. Here comes that aggression. Oh shit, Bust is bringing it today. All right, we're getting close. It's not very inspiring. Mentor. I mean, we can get it going. I mean, how can we do this? Say we shadow shift our conspirator, play Mentor, put the bonus on onto the conspirator, then we can conspirator back the Mentor. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. I'm expecting this guy to come down. Right, so I think I'm on board with this. We should be able to get a pretty big open attack out of doing this. Let's do it like this, though. This can get ruined by like a Vile Feast or an Unspeakable Horror, but I feel like they would have already played that if they had it. So let's at least save the damage for a future turn here. They're going to get to add a unit, but we should have a lethal open on board. Oh, I thought we were going to have the mana to play the Mentor one more time. Okay. So we just have to open here. We can never get wide enough for this to be relevant. Oh, we're going to get a count on these Isaris to put in some work. Okay. I think... I mean, we can just take the damage from the Onslaught, or whatever this is called, whenever the Spectral Rider's coming into play. Sweet, now we can just bounce Hecarim. Right, he costs 6 mana, right? There was a point in Hecarim's lifetime when he cost 5. Ooh, that's a big boy. We're going to be counting on this life blade to keep us in the game. Is this a Ruthless Predator? You hook us on the right. Oh, so his unit survives? Sure. Alright, you get all the stats, Skinku Lifeblade. 1 damage away. We need one more point. Snapjaw Swarm, what a joke. It's absurd that these things show up in the draft. Like, I get that there's like an Aurelia Misfortune deck and you can use these with Misfortune, but it's such a horrible strategy. It pains me seeing this. It's like I would rather just have the Bubble Bear. I mean, I know that's not how the trades work. We picked up a Usari off of that, but this thing's just dead. But I guess we could like make an attack with Snapjaw Swarm, and then Shadow Shift it, right? So we do have the hashtag LCS big plays with the with the Snapjaw Swarm. Interesting to see him open to pick up a champion. So he's got Nasus in here as well. We can just block Nasus though. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, so his hand is Hecarim Nasus. I don't think we can ever beat that, but we'll certainly try. He can only play one of them here, right? We should have added the swarm, right? So we could block this Hecarim. Hecarim has to be the one coming down. Our saving grace is he's not going to flip off this attack. Oof. Oof. We go to 1. He's already played his atrocity. Okay. Alright, we can do it. People hating on sunk cost. Look at this shit, Reddit. Look at this. Calling sunk cost a bad card. He's putting in the work. Boom. Alright, alright. We did it. Okay, and the Zed with the Green Glade duo. Ooh, everything we need, everything. Shoot this one right to 7. I'm ready. Oh, everybody's playing Zed today. All the Hecarims, all the Zeds. Surprised. We gotta wait till like round 4 before we just play action 5 times in a row. Alright, so I think we have to get rid of the Conspirator. We don't have enough 1-drops to reliably get this thing down. And then I want to hang on to the Shadow Assassin just to help ensure we have something by turn 3. This was a draw. Just like we practiced. Turn 2 late. Okay. Let's see if he brings that Zed down. What do we think about these? Like, I think we probably want to gotcha something this turn. I think the Soul Shepherd's a little bit scarier. Okay. Yeah, let's see. This will be like the one turn that we can get a big sparring student going if we're going to play like Conspirator to bounce and make that kind of play. But oh, this is too good with the Green Glade Elder. Hitting both of our elusives. Ready for combat. Do we just want to get this big value train going? Do we want to? Oh, a Zed. I was like, do we want to just keep delivering the +1/+1 with the Green Glade Elder? I think I'm on board with that. Like this duo is pretty far away from being scary. Check out these moves. Block. Okay, take it. Not blocking the sparring student, he's ephemeral.
You call that sneaky?
Alright. Now let's see if we can't get something going with the old boosted Zed that we got here. The only real question I have is would we want to like play this gotcha? And I don't think we do. It's all about Zed here. At least doing it this way, if he's like, boom, hecker him, yeah, we can just not attack with Zed, or we just not play Zed in this case. But you want to get anything else going? Don't think so. We're gonna have to gotcha one of these Soul Shepherds to make sure that these generated ephemerals aren't too painful. So let's get our Soul Shepherd attack in. Oh my god, we hit a lurk. I mean, that's that's so like bittersweet because we now we know the top card of our deck is going to be Snapjaw Swarm, but he's ready to get in for that point of damage though. Welcome to the squad, my man. All right, this is not good. I did the mathematics on how good this one was and ranked it at not. We're done with this sparring student. Takes us to 7. Okay. It's slightly awkward. I mean, like, we couldn't get the sunk cost onto Hecarim. It's slightly problematic. I think this might be okay-ish. we can hook Hecarim with the Usari and then try and sunk cost off the Scuttlegeist. Scary when he's like, I'm not gonna do shit. I ain't doing nothing. There's got to be a problem. Zed, I don't like what would it even be though. Like if you have a vengeance, you want to do it before Zed attacks, or if you have a homecoming, you want to do it before Zed attacks. It's just like a pile of combat tricks. Hmm. Maybe he dropped his phone in the toilet. I think that's that might be our only path to victory here. Okay, interesting.
Oh, you're in for it.
Gonna need another one. Okay. Well, he doesn't. He quick attack. Oh, never mind. I was like, I thought he was going to quick attack down the ephemeral half, and then that's not the way combat works. So if his unit had quick attack, is where it would have been problem. Problem for him. Not a problem. Clearly not a problem for us. Okay, let's see if we can't get rid of this Snapjaw Swarm. All right, for Usari. Perfect. Perfect. Get that out of here. Our late game has been assembled. Good. I mean, as much as we've been hamstrung by this the snapshot swarm and still being in the games, feels pretty good. Pretty good. We can go some distance here. Lurkers with Gangplank. Sure, this comes about if you like start with Rek'Sai. I don't know. I do not know. Gotta get rid of all this though. We used to talk about drafting exclusively around Rek'Sai if you're gonna be playing Lurkers. The Pike is so bad. Okay, not the most exciting of draws, but we got a Zed with a little bit of protection. Not exciting protection in the recall, but it's something. What do we got? What is our ones? We actually have decent ones for this Wayfinder if we hit. Like hitting Shell Shockers with the Kinku Wayfinder is kind of interesting. Alrighty.
We can always rely on you to keep us safe. See what I've learned?
And he lurks. Alright, so this should be pretty safe. He's going to need a Shaped Stone play, which I don't think Shaped Stone lives in any of the Lurker decks. No, the Rek'Sai Lurkers pool only has the 4 commons in it. So it's not to say that they can't have a Shaped Stone, it's just that they're not super likely to have it.
Listen to me.
Okay. So we can protect our Zed with the recall, then get the Kinku Wayfinder going, and then assuming our Wayfinder hits, if it hits like double Sparring Student and we're able to really boost them all up next turn, that'd be pretty cool. Nice. That's what that card's supposed to do. And then can we do everything this turn? I want to be able to protect Zed with Shadow Shift. Yeah, we can. So we can Shell Shocker. We'll follow that up with Zed. And then we'll have a Shadow Shift if we need it. You're just going to try and play like a 3-6 here. The big old Overwhelm, bro. Remember which you viewers really love this Kinku Wayfinder. Is it Organic Chicken or Adzio? One of the people that comes by whenever we draft on Twitch really enjoys the Kinku Wayfinder. So hopefully you got to check out this this sweet video. It's lame, dude. Trying to do lame stuff. Oh, that seems positive. These sparring students are kind of spent at this point, so glad to get those units removed off the board. Not a lot of good answers to this thing. But, I mean, we can take it down with Usari next turn. I don't think we want to be playing a sunk cost on it. But the idea here is we can at least block it with a Kinku Wayfinder and then hook it down next turn with Usari. Yeah, we got 8 mana. So we can Shadow Shift again if we want to. Shell Shocker's free, so. All right, well, you've you're done for here, Zed. You got to get your attacks in and enjoy it. I mean, we can shadow shifting. Takes him to 10. It's like I almost want to just keep that mana banked up going into next turn, but we'll see. It seems like we need to be able to get this width with Zed. I'd really like to add a 3 attack unit here. Okay. Get him, Swole Squirrel. Oh. Excited about the Under Titan. It prevents more damage, blocking the 6 without overwhelm. So we'll fall to 4. Then we can't kill him with an open attack. We open. I think this is the way we have to do it. Our saving grace here, I hope, is like he tries to put the Doombreaker in front of a 2 attack and we get to take it down with Make It Rain. Not the case. Takes him to 4. Okay. We're gonna have to. We have to sunk cost the Under Titan. We can't. Or no, he's not gonna have 8 power. Oh, this is greedy, isn't it? Interesting shady character. Like, I mean, I guess given his board and there's not anything bigger than 2 health, then we should probably just copy the conspirator. Try to ensure that we have an elusive for next turn. Or I guess we can like just wait. If he plays like a 3/6 overwhelm, then we'd probably rather copy it. Or would we rather hit it with sunk cost? Sunk cost that. As long as we keep 1 elusive on the board, we can still do it this turn. The Under Titan's going to kill us now. F. F. Okay. Can't copy Rek'Sai. So I guess he has to have a lurker on top of his deck, though, for the Under Titan to get overwhelmed, right? Alright, keep those fingers crossed. Okay. So, with this one, here, here, here. We should probably get rid of our 1 health there, just in case he has a Make It Rain or a Parlay or something silly like that. But now we can Flurry of Fists our Conspirator, get in for 3, and then Make It Rain for the kill.
Walk softly, strike quickly.
That's it, squad. That's it. Let's see if he spends some mana. There's nothing he should be able to have to get out of this, but I'd feel better if they spent all their... I guess he could have that Sharama thing that counts as a negate. Whew. Whew. Nice. That's pretty clutch. What are we doing here? I'm okay with picking up Slippery Wave Riders. I mean, it's got elusive, but I mean, we already have 3 Usaris, and I feel like that just kind of covers our late game enough. So I think I want to actually just get rid of this Shadow Shift for the Green Glade Elder. Usually I don't like this hand buff strategy, but maybe we're okay to pick up a Homecoming. We have the one Homecoming. We don't have any um, Will of Ionias. Yeah, the warning shot's just too bad here. Okay, we're starting to get traded into a real deck though. Okay, on we go. We're becoming a real deck, right? This isn't going to be one of these Five Young Witch, 6 Green Glade duo decks, but serviceable. All right, that's what we like to see. I love starting with that Zed. It's premium, that's why it shows up. All y'all's out there wondering how you get Zed in your opening hand. You gotta turn him premium first. So do we pivot out? I think I'd like this Shell Shocker. Let's wait a turn on the Inspired Mentor. I mean, we're probably just gonna Mentor Zed, but um, I like picking up the mana here. Oh, Zed Part 2.
Off we go! Roll out! Give me a sweet bun. Heightens the senses.
This is Shenteric trying to do support things. Say, Poppy's about to come to the world and show you how support really works. Oh, what a joke. So I think we just want to push on with this Zed. Like, I get that we have the Green Glade Elder in our hand. This is why when I typically talk about not liking Green Glade Elder, this is it. Just much rather get these units on the board, and then we're going to want to play like the Wayfinder next turn. And then once we've gotten to the point to where we want to add Wayfinder, then we're down another unit that isn't getting the boost from the Elder. But this is fine. Doesn't really add to his board in any way. So you get these double attack Zeds. I think we want a Wayfinder. Perfect. Even though we have 100 factions in this deck, we can still hit our allegiance every time. Is this the time for Zed? That's like I kind of just want to get a Swole Swirl going. The only thing we're really missing out on is like a +1 from the sparring student, but then we'd have to hold a unit back anyways. Yeah.
There is no dispute.
You like frogs, huh?
Okay. And so the thing we'll end up having to do now is just next turn he's going to get a good hook with the dragon. Then we just have to add the Elder plus Zed and see if we can't get an open kill. Oh. We are picking up these elusives now. It's tough. It's like I ultimately worry, like if our opponent has a like a single combat or a concerted strike, we're kind of just like all in on the Zed. I think we want to do the Green Glade Elder and the Shadow Assassin, and then next turn we want to do because that's going to give us a 3-attack Shadow Assassin that we can flurry, and then we can Fey Guide Zed as well. So we have 2 avenues to victory. We can't play gotcha. We gotta save the mana for our flurry of fists. Zed.
I walk your path alone.
Be cool if he just like concerted struck now, so we know what was on the way. But Ooh, that doesn't feel like a game winner. Perfect. So Zed gets a boost.
Spark and I will keep you safe.
Get a flurry and attack. Rip. Cool.
None escape their shadow.
Okay. I get it. He had to play that burst spell so he could get his elusive onto the board. Makes sense. But Zed with the Green Glade duo, welcome to the squad. We are churning and ready to go. Nice, nice. It's a 3, yeah. That feels pretty good. You know, coming out of a left pack draft. Sometimes we don't get to 3 wins when we actually draft. All right, our first journey with playing against Action Riven. Do we want to hang on to the claws? Probably rather just look for elusives and Zeds at this point. Ew. I want it back. Give it back, please.
You'll thank me later.
This is not good.
I'll show you how it's done.
Do I need to explain more why I don't like Green Glade Elder? Would that help anyone? Does anyone want to hear?
Don't want to die? Don't do terrible things.
Oh, love it. I love seeing. Well, I guess they could be playing 2 and 2, but I love it when these people are playing one copy of Action and then they still draw him on turn 2 every time. Makes me wonder who's doing it right.
Tales of our past are seeds for our future. See what we
Okay.
soldiers.
We march as one.
Sure.
An unstoppable force.
All right, we can manage some of this. Ultimately awkward if we needed to play a spell and a unit and we just can't do it. I mean, we could make like a mentor block and homecoming it.
This isn't part of the training.
This is fine. It's ultimately too risky to start casting stuff onto Action. He's not that scary at this stage anyways. Okay. That was pretty brutal.
Spears ready.
Okay, he's gonna have a shape stone, isn't he? Okay. Must feel good to have it all. We're out here just drafting the left pack, and this dude's out here just high rolling all over everything. All right. What else do you got for us to make this absurd? Okay, then I think we probably just bank here. I don't think we need to add Claws of the Dragon. I'm sorry about the salt. It's just really old playing against this. For whatever reason, I don't think the offering bonuses have dropped. The way it typically goes is there's the we have to add the claws now so we can block this thing. The way it typically goes is there's like the 400% offering bonus the first patch that cards are out, and then that drops down to double the next patch. But it feels like you've got to play against this Action deck 3 times a draft, and then you got to play against the Shyvana deck 3 times a draft, and it's really just getting old at this point. So that's ultimately it's one of the Swole Squirrel. Swole Squirrel, you're gonna get so many copies.
Get up close.
Alright, we got a homecoming this.
To serve the greater good.
Alright, so this will be another turn where we just get blown out if they have a combat trick, but Well, we can still deal with this. Do we actually want to gotcha the profiteer? Like we're 100% on a homecoming. Bring the gotcha down here. I think it's okay if this fails. But hey, we don't have a way to just. I was trying to see if we had a way to where our board is 2 swole squirrels against their 1 unit, but that's not going to be the case. Yeah. Then I think this will just immediately make our Claws of the Dragon go right back to the board. Sure. I think I'd rather see that happen now as opposed to happen next turn when we're trying to make these swole squirrel plays. I think. All right, let's start with this. I really want to get this copied swole squirrel, and like the biggest disaster that would happen here is if he has like a siphoning strike, or if he gets a grappling hook off on this thing. I really want to have this gigantic, quick attacking swole squirrel on the board. Because there's a chance, I mean, we can't even throw Zed into action here, but these swole squirrel attacks are pretty good.
Watch the spiders do their work.
Okay.
It's not a fake.
All right, we're getting there. We got these big boys on the board. We can Zed Karma Shadow Shift this turn. So the extent of it looks to be. I think we want to add Karma first. Since she's a good block on to say Ruin Runner. Good Karma on blocking duty today. It should be tough for him to attack here, right? I guess that ultimately makes it fairly awkward for our Zed. Okay. Interesting he chose to hook in the Karma as opposed to trying to take down a swole squirrel. Right, he could have gotten an action quick attack challenge onto one of our squirrels. This is all highly suspect. He could have vulnerabled our team and picked up his biggest unit as well. This seems like ultra greedy. What am I missing here? Is he just going to have a combat trick? Champion bonus. Huh. Okay.
You are my prey.
I mean, he has to have a trick onto this brutal hunter, right? Right, we're just done with the swole squirrels now. They're never winning this game. Okay. We have this Zed that just can't do anything. All right, this one's probably done. Let's get him on board. Oh, the Zeds, so many Zeds.
Small minds know only action without.
All right, give us a good one. Poro Cannon is not the spell we were looking for. You can double Poro Cannon though. Get all the little poros. Sunk cost, you're not looking good here. Okay. Yeah, sorry I get salty about these matchups. I know, like, I typically I'll get salty when we're playing against Kindred, just because the champion's so powerful in Expedition. But you don't have to play against Kindred too often. It's just like these card pools were like 100% ridiculous. They just came out and said these are going to be basically the best card pools in the game, and then you just had to play them over and over again for a month. But anyways, gotta let the salt move on. So our choice here, I'd rather hang on to sunk cost because all of these spells are pretty bad. I don't really want any of these shadow shifts, and I definitely don't want recall. But I think we just want to pick up the cheaper play here in the Blade Scout as opposed to picking up Fey Guides because we do have a handful of conspirators, and I'd like to be able to drop those as early as possible. Okay. Okay. Did it? I mean, did action and Vigio come out in the 213 patch? I thought they were in like 212. I can't remember. I thought I'd have to look it up. Where are we at? We can do it after this game. It seems like we've been playing these matchups over and over again forever. It's like if I wanted to do that, I'd just play constructed. But anywho, the action continues. I'm sure our opponents say that whenever we drop Zed on them. I'm so tired of playing against Zed. And as you may or may not have known, you gotta keep making premium. That's how you get them in your opener. Not a bad start. Can really punish a do nothing draw, or it's not the strongest against a like hapless aristocrat opener, which I would kind of expect to see out of this, but can make some magic happen. This would be much nicer if we were on the odd attack as opposed to the even. So unfortunately, we got to start with Shell Shocker. I don't really want to just be throwing sparring students in front of this thing, since they have so much potential to be big here. Interesting pickup in Gotcha. You just got to go for it now. Oh, nice. Wonder if he's gonna hit us with like a Blighted Caretaker next turn. Haunted Relic. Okay. Let's see. Maybe he'll mess up this attack. We'll do it in the middle of combat. It should be obvious that this Callista is about to get hit with Gotcha, but if he does have the Bark Beast over on the left, we at least ought to wait and give them the opportunity to mess up. Okay. Yeah, I'm the blade in the darkness. We'll see what they do. If they play like another 3-3, we'll just attack with everything. Dawn Speakers is slightly awkward, but I think we're okay with this. Got to put like something in front of Zed. So if he just takes like the value block onto Shell Shocker and just gets nugged, I think that's a pretty positive outcome for us. Cool. Much strength. That doesn't have Challenger. I did the mathematics on that scenario. Turns out that unit does not have Challenger. So let's add Usari. I mean, we still have this other Zed in our hand if that's what we need to do. If his idea here is going to say like single combat or something, then sure. We can just try and get him next turn. It's a bit unfortunate in the amount of mana that we had there. All right, I don't think we have a lethal here. We can only get 2 damage in on the elusive. Oh, we could have like Fey guided our Shell Shocker and then Flurry of Fist something, but that's just like asking to get blown up by a 1 damage ping or a whirling death or whatever. Interesting. Did we ever flurry? Okay, sure. Do we ever flurry a fist our Zed though? I don't think so. Oof. Okay. The magic continues. So what can we do here? This is a tough one. I mean, I'd ideally have the Green Glade duos, but I think I want to just continue dumping these shadow shifts out of our deck. I mean, we can make usage of the sparring students, right? We have the Zeds. We do have the one Kinku Wayfinder. We got the tools to make this thing useful. So that's one of those trades as to where, if we're gonna look at like the objective power level of each of these cards, and if you say, like Shadow Shift is a 3 and maybe Sparring Student's a 6, so that would be an upgrade of like +3, whereas Green Glade Duo was like an 8, and whatever this was like a 6, and so it'd only be an upgrade of like +2. Something like that is how I'd kind of view that to be. But here, we're going to keep looking for our Zeds. We got a 1-drop, so I'm going to hang on to it. Can interact with the Teemo if that shows up early. And not the strongest of starts. We got to make our Zed like double premium or something. Maybe you got to go download the Pool Party, and that's how you get him ultra boosted. Leading with the Mushroom Cloud. Okay, interesting. I was gonna say I kind of want to like hold on to this mana and see if we can't maybe get a big Make It Rain, but. All right, this is a juicy little curve we're putting together here. Time Trick? Oh, he must have just had horrible draw. It's still odd seeing them play that Mushroom Cloud on the first turn, though. Like, I wonder if he just drew an expensive hand and then drew the Time Trick, because I'd rather have 1 mana here than 0. All right, the Green Glade Elder popping on 1 unit. That's the stuff right there. Oof. Poor guy. Poor guy. Is he gonna have another Mushroom Cloud on us? Oh man. I mean, it's not even that scary of a Teemo, but like that seems like the only way this game can go wrong is if he's doing stuff like that with Teemo. Okay, now I'm gonna add the Green Glade Elder to the board. The next turn is a turn where they could play Chempunk Shredder, and so I want to get these bonuses while we can. Hopefully, get this big chunk damage in, and then just assume that the only damage we'll get the rest of the game is from elusives. Actual perfect draw. Hey, that thing's boosted though. Can't gotcha the chump one. Okay. Alright, well this open should be good enough. Needs a large pile of removal spells for this to not work. Should have attacked with the Usari on the left, though. If he has a barrier lifesteal, this could be a little bit awkward. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so what are we getting ourselves here? Am I finally okay to trade out Sunk Cost? We have the 2 Homecomings. It's just so expensive here. I think that's okay. I still like the interactivity from Make It Rain, and we have enough Usaris. We have 3 Usaris, so this middle trade isn't that spectacular. The top one is an upgrade, the Concussive Palm over the Shadow Shift, but I think we're to the stage now to where we really just need to manage our curve and push it down as low as we can. Cool. Uh-oh, that's scary. I don't really want to be running into the Sumpworks deck. We are not well positioned to deal with it. Okay, so the Shell Shocker should be the most damage here. Zillion. How awkward is that? Like, do we want to pivot to just doing like the Claws of the Dragon kind of play? Such a good blocker here. I want to get like the max value. I think we need to get the max value out of the Screenglade Elder, like especially if they're gonna have like time bombs coming at us. This should hopefully at least give us some. Interesting. He protects the Zillion. It should give us some. Oh, I guess the Sumpworker is not going to be a problem today. Wow. But yeah, this gives us a lot of AoE protection. Okay. The actual downgrade on the concurrent timelines. Alright, so what's our angle here? Do we need to just pivot over to elusives, or can we get like one attack in beforehand, before they're not that good anymore? Or before our ground units aren't that good anymore? I don't feel like we're going to get a lot of ground attacks in. But if we say play Lifeblade this turn, then for our 5 next turn we'll do Mentor, Assassin, Blade Scout. So yeah, we just have to give up on the Sparring Student. And of course Zed shows up. He's so awkward here. I think we're okay to not play. Let's start with the Shadow Assassin first, though. Okay, that's interesting in picking up the Conspirator. Now we can say, like, Conspirator back the Greenglade Elder. So we have kind of a plan B as far as some of these combats go. This if you've leveled a champion, heal your champions and Nexus 2. Okay.
And it's not perfect.
If your prediction is correct, we have much to look forward to.
Alright, so we should be lethal with the elusives on the next attack. We can get 4 out of the Blade Scout if we Greenglade Elder and Mentor. This makes Zed interesting, right? If he's going to empty out his board. We can hit double Sparring Student with this.
Everyone here? Let's go. See you soon, friendos!
Just like we practiced.
Okay. Oh, it's the first unit each turn with the timeline, so he can still do the do the thing with the Sumpworker. Okay.
Traditions are lost if not passed on.
Well, we're just gonna come in here and start overwriting stuff. I think this is okay. I mean, there's just so much Sparring Student here. that I think we have to go for it. Yeah, this is looking much better. Zed's gonna get to come down and do his thing.
Bring me tea to gain the strength of rivers.
So, you're so small now, Zed. F. Okay. All right. Well, here comes the squad. Maybe there was a lethal in here, but it feels like that was going to be pretty dangerous if we didn't just go for the sparring student line. We're just going to ace his board here. Looks pretty good to me. Drop border, gigantic drop border. Does he lose all? He's gonna lose all his stats when he flips, isn't he? Oh no, Chip! Oh, Chip, you're so big. How do we go about this? I think this is fine to just drop Zed. He's the blade in the darkness, after all. All right, I imagine that'll do it. Okay. We got 2 elusives and then 1 more unit wide. Okay. Uh-oh, he's doing stuff. Oh, noes. Oh, noes. F. Can't. You got a homecoming, right? Sorry, you lost all your stat points, Chip. He doesn't get the +2, does he, right? Like the unit comes down, does it? Oh, it does. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with the Elder. He's down to 1, and so we're just gonna plan on open attacking on our next one. And so I don't want to be in a spot to where we can't play both units if we draw them. What up, Zed? All right, well, we'll try this again. He's gonna get a good hook here. Well, that's not the best of hooks. His unit's gonna die.
I am the rose. You. Aha!
Seems odd. Okay. Lose. Oh, that makes sense. It's gonna die to time bomb. Okay. This is still, ultimately, this is still pretty scary. Oh, he snapped that one off. What you got for us? F.
Softly, strike quickly.
All right. We're each gonna have a unit. We gotta get one wider, man. There's some turns earlier we could have played this a little different. I think this was gonna be done at this point. All right, you sorry. Oh, he's not playing cards. Uh-oh. Gotcha part 4. Okay. What do we got now? Okay. Let's do it in combat. Did we get him? Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. Oof. All right. All right. Let's get ourselves in this final battle. Y'all wonder why Zed might be a tier 1 champion. Here you go. Here you go. So let's see. What can we do here? Don't want double troubles. I'm not opposed to picking up Gotcha, but I think I'm okay with hanging on to our Kinku Lifeblade. The Flurry of Fists is kind of interesting. It's one of our few ways to actually interact, and I think I want to hang on to it. Just makes a lot of our open attacks good. The Protector is reasonable top end, right? We like in that previous game as to where we couldn't really count on our ground units to get in for damage anymore, and we have to have elusives do it. And then like the Jeweled Protector really helps when you just have like this random Blade Scout in your hand, or if you get to like bounce it and replay it with the Conspirator. So it has its uses, but I don't think that's one we're looking for here. Claws of the Dragon, you're not that great here, but let's get rid of Shady Character. I think that that quick attacking Swole Squirrel is good as Shady Character is ever going to be. Okay, we can trade out Recall for this. Is all kind of interesting. I think I want to hang on to the Coral Creatures, just a efficient value unit. The Recall is just not very strong though. Troll Hunters is a nice interactive card though. Okay, so we're never picking up the Highwayman. I don't think we need Defiant Dance. This isn't a deck where I really like the slow removal, even though we do have quite a few sparring students. The Gotcha is kind of interesting. They don't have a lot of actual removal spells, but the Twin Disciplines lets us protect our Zeds a lot easier, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up. Don't want Sown Seeds, hang on to the Conspirator. Passed on all these Jeweled Protectors. Our last shot? We should probably just hang on to the Gotcha. Our Allegiance is okay. Alright. Cool. Final battle. Oh, so yeah. Oh, found him immediately. Somebody stream sniping our YouTube video. Interesting. Echo and Shyvana. So if it's like the dragons, I'll probably feel okay. And if it's something more along the lines of the Kyrie and Sumpworker deck, then I'll be a little scared. It wouldn't be a draft these days without playing against Shyvana, so we can stop and complain about that for a while as we wait on them to mulligan.
Better dead than topside.
Okay. Yeah, come on, bud. You made it here just in time. Come on. Let me get the cord out of the way. There you go. Come on. Sorry, this is an important part of each trial where my cat decides if it wants to come visit. There we go. There we go, bud. Thanks for making it to the final battle. And we'll see. If this gets some kind of combat trick onto our sparring student, I'm okay with it. Well, Purify kind of sucks, but at least it was 2 mana for 2 mana. Oop. These units aren't Zed. I did the mathematics on whether or not these units were Zed, and it turns out none of them are. This could be problematic. Bud, we stopped drawing our Zeds as soon as you got here. Messed up.
Okay. Want to make me a few extra boards?
Yes! I mean, sure, whatever.
Okay, well, let's start with the Blade Scout. It's most certainly attacking this turn. It gives us some options as far as gotchas and concussive palms are concerned. So brutal. Just can't get a good attack this turn now. I mean, it's like we could concussive palm something. I guess we could like palm the Dragon Guard. I think this is as good as it's going to get. So we still have reasonable attacks with everything else.
Let me introduce you to science.
These are my streets.
Okay, and then we should just be shifting over to the elusive plan. So we've got him to 13. Hopefully we can get him down in 2 combats. That might be a little ambitious, but hopefully. Gotta play a homecoming this turn, so let's just go ahead and pass. He's only got 1 mana. Would we rather try and just gotcha the screeching? I don't like it. Make them big tempo plays. Oh, we're turning it around, bud. We're turning it around. I think we'd rather do Blade Scout Usari, right? Then we just need to find one more way to get damage in, as opposed to playing the Greenglade Elder. Oh god, he's gonna have a single combat. We could technically play around it with Gotcha, but like, we never win this game if we aren't able to try and take that down. Now it is kind of interesting here. Would we want to say like hook the Dragon Guard and get in for an additional 3 with our ground units? Like this? So we lose like 1 point of damage, but we get this annoying blocker off the board. How bad is it if he has a combat trick, though? If he has a Mystic Shot, it's kind of suck. I think this is fine. And then the promising thing, if this works, is that... Which one is it? Mystic... Oh, down here. Okay. I was going to say the promising thing, if this works, is when he comes to hook our Usari with his Screeching Dragon, it's just for a trade and not for a lethal anymore. Okay. Got to get our bonuses at some point. One time? You didn't have a trick last turn. Ooh. Ooh. That's the stuff right there. So now I think we're going to want to add the Usari here. The Echo block is not good, and it's the kind of one of these deals where it's like, okay, if he plays like another Screeching Dragon next turn, then we should just be able to dome him twice with Usaris. And then if he doesn't have a big play like that, then how sick would that have been if that was like a Zed? If he doesn't have a big play like that, then we can just pivot and attack with only our elusives here. Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, like, the thing with this board was, like, it gives us the opportunity to get wider than him, right? Instead of just throwing our units away into his Echo and team, we might be able to get, if we draw something cheap or draw Zed, we might be able to have more units on board than they do. We can, like, threaten a trade with Karma. I don't think we're ever going to do it, but we can threaten it. Okay. Makes me feel good. Is this lethal? That's the question, is like, do we actually have to block this? So we got to block this one. I do worry about dying to a back-to-back, so I want to get 2 blocks in this turn. And if we lose our Karma, it's not the end of the world. It is back-to-back. Okay, so same thing applies. We need to get wider than him. I'm just going to play Swole Squirrel because it's the most expensive one that we have. And then we'll see if we can't get beyond this stuff. Sorry, okay. See if we can't bait him a little bit with this Zed, and then slam down our elusive part 2. Did we do it? Did the baits? The baits were taken. Okay, then all of our attacks are good as well. We doing it, squad? Oh, he's got cards. F. Okay. Oh no, we have to we have to block this echo now because he'll lethal us. Okay, okay, big draw. Less big draw. Ah, oh, this is bad. we can still do it, but dang, and he's gonna get to Tom Trick. He actually has the mana for it now. Oh, oh, that's it. That's right. We can still do this. Oh no! Oh no! He's got another one. All right. Good game, my man. Good game. I think that's the way we have to do it, though, right? Just keeping the potentially lethal elusive on the board and making them have the combat trick. I feel pretty good about that. Otherwise, we're just trying to top deck an elusive. So not a bad trial, you know. A nice little 6 winner. As you can see, there's a lot of power in just drafting the old left pack. I can't remember if I feel like we've done one of these like Z left pack drafts before. It's happened. I feel like I might have done one. I can't remember, but this is why Zed sits up in tier 1, right? We go through and just take the pack in the left throughout the entirety of the draft, end up with a bunch of garbage we don't want, like shady characters and sunk costs, and then we're still able to take it to the final battle where we're realistically right there at the end and potentially closing it out. And so very powerful stuff. And so, of course, there were some changes we would have made whenever it comes to Zed. I, of course, try to make this. Ideally, it's going to be a Green Glade Duo deck. And however you go about piecing together your Green Glade Duo deck, whether or not that is like the token strategy with the sparring students or just the elusives or the Young Witch kind of strategies, you know, whatever. Pick your poison. But all these Zed decks really want is the Green Glade Duo. And then you got to do your best to figure out which of those kind of sub strategies you're in. And so if you're drafting towards the sparring student and the Green Glade Duo, then you're going to be looking for the recalls and the kind of the card generators. If you're drafting towards the elusive version, then you're just going to go and draft all the elusives. Or if you're out there drafting those Shark Chariot versions, you know, more power to you. Enjoy those as well. But you know, it's just basically kind of tearing off. Okay, I know I want to draft Green Glade Duo. What is the best way, given the choices that we have here, to build around this Zed and Duo combo? Yeah, not bad. Not a bad little left pack draft. We took that one to the end here, and you know, we're pretty close to the new cards. I don't know how much more of these will do. I'm getting kind of burnout on the current state of Expedition. Just playing against so many of these action decks over and over again has really kind of like worn me out. And so I might just switch to mainly making lab stuff until the new cards come out. Maybe we'll get another left pack draft or two. I'm not 100% certain, but you know, if you got something you want to see before these new cards here and we start up the next round of expeditions, certainly let me know. I was thinking, you know, like if we do want to continue the left pack drafts, there's just no stopping having to play against all the actions and Shyvanas, and so it's kind of disheartening at this point. But the format should be shaken up quite a bit here in 6 days from when this video comes out. 5 days, I don't know. It's coming up soon. But that's going to do it for us today. And so I hope you all learned how to click on that left pack a little bit better. You maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.